I'm just rambling, literally, in every sense of the word. And I just wanted to share that with you in a hope that it brings some value to you. This is certainly a beautiful area to ramble, and I find the energy of nature so invigorating. The sea is behind me. There's a beautiful roar to it. And it's an energy that just makes you glad to be alive, especially with the sun on your skin. You know, it's something we can all access fairly readily. Not always guaranteed, of course, if we work in an office, but we can all have a photo of something natural and beautiful that we can look at. We might look out the window, or we might choose to walk to work or back, or just take the slightly longer route. And I guess that's kind of the spirit of this message. I'm not trying to arrive at a conclusion. I'm not trying to goad you or guide you into any place or space mentally, but I feel privileged to be able to share with you my own thoughts in an environment that inspires positivity and healing. I would hope that healing may reach you if that's what you need. Who can do with some healing? Not that it's within my power, but perhaps sometimes I find listening to people who are on a spiritual frequency, if you like, or talking around those terms, that makes me feel a little bit more connected myself, or a lot more connected, frankly, less disconnected. It makes me feel a part of something. So perhaps I can provide that for you in this moment by talking about some of my experiences, observations, discoveries in spirituality, awakening. Gosh, there's such a beautiful flow of current here from the water draining from the beach. So I'm just going to try and point the camera at it so you can share it. Let me have a look. So if I switch, unable to switch, sorry. Let's see if we can do it this way. No, not going to happen. Yes. The ripples of a stream as water leaves the beach to meet the sea. It makes me think of Michael Singer's teachings of how chi wants to flow through us, energy, and we're like a stream. Our natural state is free flow, but our traumas, subscars I think he calls them, are like rocks in that river, that stream, and they clog the flow, or they divert the flow and cause turbulence. And I think that's a really good analogy, because those patterns of thought are so deep. We're so deeply associated with them that we often think they are us, and we often think they are a guiding voice even. I have noticed this recently, especially when I've literally almost audible voices. The voice of reason, I would call it. It's the checklist you do of, is this wise or this unwise? And that actually carries a certain energy, which is a blockage. It's a blockage to the higher possibility. So it's under the guise of rationale, and I guess it is rationale, but you know, for instance, I had a business meeting today, and I'm a great one for trying to prune reality, so I thought, well, there's nothing going to come of this. And the rationale voice said, yeah, so why are you bothering? And you're just wasting energy on something you could save it on. But there was a higher part of me, an inner flame, if you like, that I've been kindling and working on, that says, well, just go through the process, enjoy the process, allow it to be what it's meant to be. And so I went to the meeting, and I didn't have a direction for the meeting or even an expectation. I know what I would like, but that's not within my power. What is within my power is to communicate what I would like and to share my story about who I am, where I am at, and how I got here, and where I believe I'm going. And with that tone, the meeting was a great success. And I don't know that meeting may not generate an immediate effect or a direct effect, but often it's the byproduct of something like that it's just an effect of sharing something means it could reach somebody who it wouldn't have reached otherwise. And so I literally can never say the impact, as in the same way we can never say of our own actions in our lives what consequence they would have. But we can say, we can understand of ourselves the spirit in which they're performed. And we can try to be true to ourselves and true to our hearts, that we do them with love, and allowing love where we may be trying to defend something that would be, we should allow love to defend it on our part. That's easy to say, and as all these awakening teachings are, easy to say and understand, incredibly difficult to perform or do. But life is an experience, of that I'm confident, and my own spiritual awareness, which has constantly evolved and increased over decades, has led me to understand more deeply that everything impacts and gives us a chance to transmute that energy, to use it, utilize it in a way that is beneficial to self and others. But oh, listen to me, wise sage, finds everything so easy. It's ever so easy from here, you know. I don't. It's what's it? The classic thing is, people say, "I'm fine with spirituality. I've got it nailed. It's just when I meet other people." But Michael Singer's point is, that's when you're practicing your spirituality. That's when you're learning to listen to your inner self and not the external. So hang in there. I hope this was of some service.